Hello everyone, this is Princess here, and in today's video we are going to talk about our next event character, which is Enna from World of Final Fantasy. Her banner mates are going to be Reno and Rude. Reno will also be getting Crystal level 90, and this will be the, what is this, I guess the second banner? Yes, this will be the third banner that features Zack's Burst. So let's get started. So just to summarize Enna a bit, her crystal affinity is white. She uses other weapons. She has dark and holy magic attacks, and she's also a big fan of Gundams. So her first skill is called Close Enough Holy. It is a 2-hit AoE Holy Brave split HP attack. It has a 40% Brave potency. It grants Close Enough Creator for 3 turns and inflicts Probably Divine Punishment to all targets for 4 turns. Then we have her second skill, which is called Bold Maneuver. So this one, Enna will call in Omega God and then just boost all of her stats up by like 500 to 200%, and then does a 1-hit AoE Brave split HP attack. This does not consume Enna's Brave. Then we have the C65, which is base boost up, and what this does is raises initial Brave and max Brave by 10%. So looking at the buffs and the debuffs, so Close Enough Creator raises Enna's initial Brave and max Brave, and also her attack. It adds a Holy and Dark enchant, and then when you're doing any sort of Brave damage, it rounds up the last 3 digits to the nearest 1000. Rounded up values can also exceed the Brave damage cap. And then for the debuff, Probably Divine Punishment, this lowers defense and also Holy and Dark resist. So looking at the extensions for her first skill, so for Close Enough Holy, you get +2 uses. It becomes a 4-hit AoE Brave HP attack dealt 3 times. It adds a 77% Brave potency, a 150% Stolen Brave overflow, and it raises Brave based on HP damage after each attack, except for the last one. And when you have the Close Enough Creator buff active, this will change her Brave and HP attack into plus variants. So Brave Attack Plus is just 2 Brave hits with an 80% Brave potency, and then HP Attack Plus is a 1-hit Brave HP attack with a 100% Brave potency. And then for Bold Maneuver, you also get 2 more uses, and this will become a 4-hit AoE Brave HP attack dealt twice. It has a 60% Brave potency and a 120% Stolen Brave overflow. Moving on to the weapons, her 15 CP is the Chic Scarf. So when you use Close Enough Holy, it gets a 40% total Brave potency, raises Brave damage on single targets, extends Close Enough Creator to 3 turns, and extends Probably Divine Punishment to 4 turns. For 35 CP is the Polka Dot Scarf. So Bold Maneuver will get a 60% total Brave potency, and also raises Brave damage on single targets. So then we have the EX weapon, which is called the Roxanne Scarf, and this will grant Atomic Impact. So once again, Omega God will be called in and boost all of Enna's stats, and then she will do a 4-hit AoE Dark Brave split HP attack dealt twice. This has a 40% Brave potency, a 120% Stolen Brave overflow, and it deletes all of the enemies next turn. And this one also doesn't consume Enna's Brave, and it grants her 1 stack of the Omega God Manifest attack, and it has a low turn rate. So for Omega God Manifest, so when you're using her S2, her EX, or her LD, this will set the current Brave to max cap at the start of the skill, and also decreases after each turn, with the maximum being 6. So then looking at the EX passives over here, so 1 out of 3 raises Brave damage, 2 out of 3 grants 2 stacks of Omega God Manifest, and then 3 out of 3 raises the recast speed. So then for the EX Plus passives, so at 0 out of 3, you get an 80% Brave potency and a 150% Stolen Brave overflow. 1 out of 3, you start the quest with a max Brave up and attack up. 2 out of 3, you start the quest with Close Enough Creator for 4 turns, and the enemies start with Probably Divine Punishment for 4 turns. And then at 3 out of 3, Atomic Impact will now be a 6-hit AoE Brave HP attack dealt twice, and it has an 80% Brave potency. Alright, so now we have the LD weapon called the Lilligan Scarf, and this is honestly a really cute looking scarf. So this grants Astral Annihilation. So, of course, Omega God appears again and will boost Enna's stats, and then it will do a 3-hit Brave HP attack dealt 4 times, has a 90% Brave potency and a 150% Stolen Brave overflow. This does not use Enna's Brave. it grants Close Enough Creator for 6 turns and Omega God Manifest at 2 stacks, and also has a low turn rate. So then when we look at the passives, 1 out of 3 raises Brave damage, 2 out of 3 adds a 180% Stolen Brave Overflow, and Close Enough Creator will change the Brave and HP attacks into double plus variants. So Brave Attack plus plus will have 4 Brave hits with a 60% Brave potency. HP Attack plus plus will now be a 3-hit Brave HP attack with a 60% Brave potency and a 120% Stolen Brave Overflow. And then 3 out of 3 will just add another use. Each time you limit break this LD, it raises Enna's attack and max Brave. Alright, so moving on to the armor. Her 35 CP armor is the Roxanne Gloves, which will add 110 to initial Brave and 220 to her max Brave. Then we have her 90 CP armor, which is the Roxanne Boots. This will add 72 to her attack and 84 to her defense. And when you realize this armor, it adds 680 to her HP and 110 to her initial Brave. And lastly, we have the high armor, which is Roxanne Fashion. This will raise her Brave damage cap and max Brave cap. Alright, so next up for the calls. So her base call is going to be Close Enough Holy, which will raise the caller's attack, and it adds a Holy and Dark enchant. And then when you use her LD call, which is Astral Annihilation, so it raises attack, Stolen Brave Overflow, HP damage, and adds the Holy and Dark enchant. And they also mention here on the, right over here at this bit, this LD call also has a 20% chance of filling the EX gauge to max. Now, keep in mind that this is 20%, so it's either going to proc once or not at all. So just keep that in mind. Then moving on to the artifacts, so what you really want to get for her is her C50 Mysterious Guide Up, as well as Attack and Max Brave. And then for her spear slots, so she has 3 A slots, and the A sphere you get from maxing her EX is going to be Weak Base Attack Up Shorter. So when dealing Weakness Brave damage, this adds Initial Brave and Attack up by 10% for 3 turns. Alright, so now moving on to the boss. So this is the Chateau Delusion. It's a Tantarian type enemy, which we've only fought like once, which was in Arc 3, Chapter 4, Part 2. So this one in particular is going to be weak to Holy and Dark. As for the orb requirement, so the orb will appear when the fight starts or when closing. It cancels out when it's at 20 or higher. And the requirement is to deal 500,000 damage that is Holy or Dark damage in a single turn. And this will make the orb go up by 5. So it's specifically 500,000, and you need to have some sort of Dark or Holy enchant. So as for some of the attacks itself, so there's not much that this boss does. It will reduce Brave damage and Brave gain by 70, 80, and 90% at certain points. When the book is closed, it reduces HP damage by 50% and will also summon some add-ons, which are going to be generals. And there's also a sap effect when the book is closed, which isn't, it's not like painful or anything, but it's like just annoying. And then when the book is open, it will raise the HP damage that it takes and get rid of the generals. All right, and then these are just the add-ons. These are just like plain generals. Keep in mind that you can't kill them, so it's kind of like the fireball in the Ifrit Lufenia Plus. They're not like super annoying though. Well, I mean, they can be pretty annoying because they can't die, and they can also grant shields for the boss. So some alternative characters that you can use for this fight. You want to have some sort of Holy or Dark enchant, which can either be from like Paladin Cecil, Aiko, Kuja. Zand, I think, is the only one who provides party-wide Dark enchant. And I think, oh yeah, Theodore also has Holy enchant, so you can use him as well. So if anything, you're probably going to be using more Holy enchant than Dark enchant. So with that being said, I'm going to head over to JP now, and I'm going to showcase Enna Kros skills. I will be right back. Alright, so we are back in JP now. So this is the main boss for Enna Kros event. So if we take a look at the boss, he has probably Divine Punishment on him for 6 turns. Alright, so let's do this. And yeah, as you can see, no matter what sort of damage you do to the boss, to the ads, they will always heal HP. So you don't have to worry about them a whole lot. Just focus on taking out the book. Alright, so we're going to start off with... Let's start with... Well, this boss is going to kill us, actually. You know what? Let's start with her EX. So here is Atomic Impact. So that's Omega God. And he just deleted all the boss's turns. Let's do another Electro Prod over here. Oh, shoot. I was kind of hoping I could get Enna up there. But as you can see now, Enna does have the Omega God Manifest effect over her on her head. Alright, so now let's use Close Enough Holy. Now take a look at the Brave. It all got rounded up to 1,000. Alright, so let's, let's do the Reno's Pyramid here. Why not? Alright, and let's actually use Rude's LD, just so he can get some Brave back as well. Alright, so now here is Bold Maneuver. Now take a look at Enna's stats right over here when I use it. So it's all of her stats just skyrocket like that. Alright, so let's do Reno's EX over here, and then I will finish it off with Enna's LD. Oh, whoops. Let's use Rude's EX right here. And then on the next turn, I will use... Here it is. So here is Astral Annihilation. So her stats go up again. And now she has Omega God Manifest over her head again. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Enna Kros. Honestly, there's not much I can really say about her. She's kind of an interesting character. She does have some pretty interesting, like, gimmicks, or... I mean, I think it's cool to see how her stats just kind of skyrocket when you're using her EX, her LD, or her S2. But yeah, she's kind of, like, weird to use. Like, she feels weird to use. But anyway, like, that's my opinion on her. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you will be pulling for Enna Kros or for Reno. And I will see you all next time.